Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got some good news for those of you who love supporting the Children's Hospital, Riley's Army, and cancer patients here in Eastern North Carolina, because we've got a blood drive that is happening and is being supported by a family who unfortunately lost their son to cancer. The American Red Cross has partnered with Riley's Army today to host a special blood drive at its Greenville Donor Center, raising awareness for pediatric cancer patients while supporting families currently navigating treatment. Now, among those donating were the parents and grandparents of Timothy Stamatis, who was diagnosed with cancer in March of 2024 and passed away 1 year later at just 4 years old. January would have marked his birthday. Now, his mother, Chrislon, said, quote, "Timothy loved monster trucks. He loved people. He loved the community. And we are just grateful for everyone and how they've helped us, especially Riley's Army," end quote. Now, the family says the holiday season brings both heartache and purpose. Donating blood, they say, is a way to keep Timothy's memory alive while helping others still fighting. Now, if you've driven through Pine Tops recently, you may have seen Timothy's photo displayed on a banner attached to a light pole. It's a tribute that now carries even deeper meaning as his family encourages the community to donate. They went on to say, quote, "There are a lot of cancer patients and families. My son was in the hospital weekly, so by donating, you're not just helping kids, you're helping families," end quote. Now, the event is part of a broader partnership between the American Red Cross and Riley's Army, a nonprofit that supports families of children diagnosed with pediatric cancer. The Christmas Eve blood drive runs from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the American Red Cross Donor Center on Cromwell Drive in Greenville. Organizers said every donation helped honor those like Timothy and brings in hope to families that are still fighting. Now, if you were unable to make it today, obviously it is an hour beyond the actual donation time. I highly encourage you, even if you didn't do it today, to set up an appointment with the American Red Cross to donate blood when they open their doors again. Again, it's a very important work that affects millions of people across the country, and it's one that if we can encourage more people to donate blood, hopefully it can spread life to those who, again, are battling not just cancer, but other blood diseases as well. Well, now we want to turn our attention to something else happening in the Greenville area, something that not quite as intense, but certainly for those of you who ride the bus, certainly going to put a smile on your face as Public Works Director. Oh, excuse me about that. Unfortunately, it looks like our supers seem to be malfunctioning here. But Public Works Director Kevin Mulligan and Transit Manager Wood Davidson on Monday cut the ribbon on one of several new bus shelters the city plans to install as part of an effort to better serve riders. Now, the city's Public Works Department said the shelter is one of a number of structures that will be built at bus stops at every single stop serviced by the Greenville Area Transit, also known as GREAT, throughout Greenville over the coming months. Now, the announcement came during a busy holiday week, underscoring the department's efforts to continue providing services to residents even in the days leading up to Christmas. And now we need to turn our attention to your weather forecast. Everything is looking sunny right now for now, but we know we've got some cloud cover heading our direction. When we look at the radar across the country, not a lot is happening unless you're on the West Coast, where they are getting smashed with heavy rain showers rolling in pretty much all across the West Coast. From Vancouver, Canada, extending all the way down to Southern California, it is soggy. But this is showing you quite a different picture. We will see another area of low pressure pull away from the Rockies and eventually give us some raindrops by tomorrow. But currently, again, everything looking nice and dry across eastern North Carolina. Let's highlight those drops, though, and show you exactly what we've got on the way. By 5 o'clock tonight, cloud cover starts to get a little bit thicker. May make for difficulty if you're trying to stay up late to spot Santa Claus. You may have some a tougher time doing it because of that cloud cover. Now, the cloud cover is not going to bring in raindrops until we get into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Right around sunrise, we'll start to see some of those those showers slowly start to fall. Not looking at heavy rain, but we are looking again at rain that could fall on most of eastern North Carolinians. I think the area that has the best opportunity for seeing some raindrops are those of you watching along and north of the Albemarle Sound. So I'd include areas of Plymouth, Scuppernong, Columbia, even Dare County, again, getting in the mix. But areas north, Edenton, Elizabeth City, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, those are the areas that likely are going to be seeing a higher opportunity for rain showers. And not only that, just more frequent raindrops. Now, everything again starts to dry out as we head through your Christmas night and into the following Friday morning, but we're going to have another round of rain showing up Friday morning, a weak one, but one we like to highlight nonetheless, that again will kind of put a damper on any outdoor activities so long as those showers are coming down. Now, currently, air temperatures reading in the low 70s across many inland areas, some of us still in the upper 60s. Those of you watching along the Outer Banks, though, I applaud your patience. Waiting to warm up hasn't really happened. The Outer Banks have stayed chilly today, 55 degrees right now in Manio and Hatteras. In fact, Hatteras, at our last check-in at 1 o'clock, was reading at 58 degrees. So it has actually only gotten cooler over the past hour along the Outer Banks, at least across the Hatteras Island. But the rest of eastern North Carolina continues to warm up. And in fact, compared to where we were yesterday, air temperatures have risen around 10 to 15 degrees. In some areas, close to 20 degrees. Plymouth right now showing a 19-degree rise over the past 24 hours. Now, to put it into perspective, again, normal this time of year is right around the upper 50s with overnight lows in the upper 30s. We're well beyond that today, and we're likely going to be beyond that again coming up for tomorrow, despite the rain showers and despite the increasing cloud cover that will take place later on tonight. Overnight lows will fall likely into the upper 30s through tonight into tomorrow morning. And that will leave us again with spotty showers, mostly cloudy skies for your Christmas Day forecast, but warm temperatures as well. So if you do want to get outside, bring an umbrella. You should be just fine. We're not looking again at super windy conditions. There will be a bit of a breeze, but again, no sort of severe weather with this incoming system. And then we've got a high pressure system set up near Texas and Oklahoma by Friday morning. That's going to be moving into the east, coming in on Saturday. So Saturday's looking very sunny, but between us and that high pressure system, what do you see? More raindrops. So, as those raindrops again start to work their way into the region, I understand that we could again be getting wet. Now, I think Friday is going to be more of a day that's marked by the cloud cover versus anything else. It will be a cloudy day on Friday, but then we will reverse those fortunes, warming up from Friday into Saturday and clearing out the clouds. Saturday and Sunday going to be nice and warm compared to our seasonal average. About 10 degrees warmer than average, but we are going to be falling back down below average by the time we reach next week. Monday, 50 degrees, 38 for your high on Tuesday. Mid-40s showing up on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but overnight lows for those of you again staying up to ring in the new year, 28 degrees is going to have a bit of a bite to it. Well, that's all we have time for today's 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back coming up at 2:30 with, normally we would do at this time of the week, Wednesday, 2:30, we usually do a Charlie Loves Science segment. But instead of doing a science segment, we're going to lean into the holiday and give you kind of some pointers on maybe making your own reindeer food for Santa's arrival later on tonight. You can catch that coming up at 2:30 right here on the First Alert Desk. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Christmas Eve.